Hey there, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Maureen. I'm a stay-at-home mom to 4 little boys, all 6 and under. I am a content creator. I have been sharing my life on the internet since I graduated from high school, so really long time. Today I am in my car to do a little car chat Q&A, spill the tea. I just met up with my friend Liz for coffee and acai bowls at Publix. Publix is the new spot. If you haven't heard of Publix, you guys gotta look it up. It's viral, and I just happen to live close to it, and I'm so happy. It's the best. This is actually my second coffee. I already had one, but I went back in and I got one for the road. So grab your coffee, maybe grab a load of laundry that you need to fold, and I'll keep you company while I answer some questions that you guys had. You have mentioned being sober a couple times. Is this just since you've been pregnant and nursing, or have you given up drinking? I have mentioned being sober a couple times here on YouTube and on Instagram as well, and my friends and family pretty much know that I'm sober, but I've never really gone into detail on why I decided to become sober. Basically it boils down to drinking no longer served me. It didn't belong in the lifestyle that I wanted. As a mom of 4 boys, I could no longer drink and have a good day. Like, I would have 1 glass of wine and wake up with a migraine, and I just can't be doing that because I have 4 little boys who are loud and wild and rambunctious. I want to be able to do anything at a moment's notice and not have to worry about not being able to drive because I've been drinking, and it's just something that no longer served me. So I decided to quit drinking altogether 2 weeks before I found out I was pregnant with Gavin. So a lot of people think that I just decided to stop drinking because I was pregnant, but I had already made the conscious decision to stop drinking, and of course it made it easier to stop drinking. I went my whole pregnancy obviously not drinking, and I just continued on. I do have my 1-year sobriety chip, which I'm really proud of. I kind of feel like the first year is a little bit of cheating since I was pregnant for the majority of it, but I'm very proud of myself. It was something that consumed a lot of my brain space, and it's not something that I ever even think about anymore. It's not a temptation at all. I think going to cute little coffee shops and trying different coffees has really replaced that kind of experience almost of like going out and getting a mimosa or going and having drinks with girlfriends. Now we go out for coffee, which just serves my lifestyle much better now. So basically that's why I stopped. It just didn't serve me anymore, and I feel so good. It is one of the best decisions I've ever made. My husband still drinks, and I'm still around people who drink. It's just not something that I even think about. It just doesn't bother me at all. So it's not like I'm tempted. It's not that I don't want to be around people that drink. It's just, it's not for me. And that's that. When you showed Pink Steak with the flamingos, it made me think of Melissa. Is she still around? So I think it was 2 videos ago, I showed this super cute restaurant called Pink Steak, and it is so my vibe with flamingos, and I just, oh, I want to go there so bad. So Melissa is David's cousin, so of course she's still around. She will always be around. She is family. Her and Adam moved to Florida. They used to live in Georgia. They moved to Florida, but they live on the other coast, so still 3-ish hours away from us, and I don't really see her that often, to be completely honest. We do have property together, and when we go camping we see them, but we are just in such different life stages. Her and Adam are off cruising and enjoying basically having an empty nest because their boys are older, and I am in the little kid stage and I can't really go anywhere. I used to be able to just fly to Georgia whenever I wanted and go work with Adam for a week, and you know, life was a little bit easier. Now I'm very stationary where I am. So still around, still talk to them, still see them from time to time. It's just not as tight and close as it used to be, and that's just because we're in totally different life stages. Have time to read any books lately? Current favorite song? What type of YouTube videos do you enjoy? So I don't really have a whole lot of time to read. I love to read, and I do miss reading, and I'm sure I could map out some time in my day to read, but it just hasn't been a priority. However, I do lead a small group at my church, and earlier in this year of leading group, which was in the fall because we kind of follow the school year, we studied Habits of the Household, which incredible incredible. The man who wrote it, I can't think of his name right now, but he has 4 boys, and when he wrote this book, they were all around the same age as my kids are now, and I just felt like it was written for me at this stage of my life, and it was so good. I'm gonna link it below. The study was amazing. Absolutely loved it. Highly recommend. My current favorite song, honestly, I don't even have a whole lot of time to listen to music because I'm usually listening to like Blippi or Miss Rachel or whatever my kids have on. Right now they're obsessed with the Lorax, so we sing a lot of the songs from that movie. So I don't even know. Leave me some recommendations of good music because I really need some new music on my running playlist because everything is so old and I don't even know. But I love Noah Kahan. He's really great. Let's see, type of YouTube videos that I enjoy. So I always watch Caleb Hammer. I always, on repeat, will listen to him constantly. He is a financial YouTuber and he does financial audits, and he goes through people's finances and talks about where they've spent money and why they're not able to save money, and it's just so good. It's honestly pure entertainment. It's funny, and it's something that you don't have to watch. You can throw your earbuds in and listen. So I like to do that when I'm cleaning the house, folding laundry. I can leave my phone in the kitchen on the charger, play the video, and just listen to it. And that, if I can just listen to a video, I'm more likely to watch it. I do love watching homemakers, stay-at-home moms. Hillary from Old World Home, I've known her for so long, and I just love watching her videos. They're very comforting, and honestly, I wish I could just go to her house and sit down and have a cup of coffee with her. How long have you and David been married? Also, how are your parents doing? Miss seeing them in your videos. David and I will celebrate 13 years of marriage this November, so 12 years. I think that's right. We got married in 2012, November 2012. That's crazy. That's crazy. We've been together a very long time. You just don't hear that. Like, I would always tell people I'm celebrating 10 years of marriage and my 30th birthday in the same year. Like, that is almost unheard of. Crazy, because now I see my nieces and nephews around the age that David and I were when we got married, and I'm like, you're way too young to get married. But it worked for us, so we're happy, we're doing well, and 13 years, wow, long time. My parents are doing well. My dad just built a huge shop on their property, and they have been fully invested in that project, and they're going to be putting like a loft in there, and I think even like an apartment, and making more entertaining spaces now that our family has grown a lot. We went from my parents having me and my brother, and really that's it, to now all of these kids everywhere running around constantly, and who knows if our families are done growing. So they've been doing that. My dad's still working, and yeah, they're doing really well. I will have to show them more in my videos. Okay, let's see. I had a few questions over on Instagram as well. Someone said, no question, just love that you're back on YouTube. Thank you. I'm so happy that you guys are happy I'm back. This has been so much fun for me. I don't know what it is this time around, but it just doesn't feel pressured. Like, it just is fun. I'm just really enjoying the process of filming and editing and posting. I have really just been loving it. So very, very happy to be back, and very happy that you guys are enjoying the videos. If there's anything you want to see from me, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm always trying to figure out what I should be filming and sharing. So let me know if you have any ideas for me. Will you be getting a dog or any type of pet in the future? This question is hard, because if you follow me for a while, you know that we had a dog, Miss Remy, who passed away because she was just an old girl. Gosh, I just miss her so much. She was like my emotional support dog that got me through my 20s, which were very hard and trying. When I had my miscarriages, she would get in bed and lay on me, and just, I just loved her so much, and I miss her so much. And Sebastian has recently started talking about her, like, I just miss Remy, and I can't wait to go to heaven and see Remy. Remember when Remy did this or that? And it's just, it's sweet, but it's also heartbreaking, because we just miss her so much. And we did find out that Brendan is allergic to dogs, so we don't have any plans on getting a dog for that reason, because of his allergies. Also because we do want to do more traveling, and it's very hard to find a pet sitter, and it is nice not to have to worry about that. So we don't have any plans on getting a dog or any type of pets. We do have lots of pets around us. Our neighbors have chickens and they're constantly in our yard and my kids love that. So no plans as of now. Gonna do an updated house tour. Maybe I'll show little updates here and there. How's my husband doing? He's doing well. David is the golden retriever husband. He's great. He's always happy. He's involved in a small group now as well. He's working a ton. He works with his brother, who's his best friend. Like, he's doing good. Since you have 4 kids like me, how do you organize all the toys? Do you rotate them out? I love the idea of toy rotation. I think it's incredible. I personally don't really have the room to store toys to do a toy rotation. So whatever we have out is something that is being played with. I really focus on what the kids are playing with, and if there is something that's in their room that they haven't touched, it's gotta go. We're getting rid of it. If there is something that my kids just dump out and leave all over the place and I have to pick up the little pieces constantly, I'm getting rid of it. If they're not actively playing with it but just making a mess with it, gotta go. Like, I have no space or storage area, so everything in my home needs to serve a purpose and needs to be actively being used, or it's out of here. I don't do well with clutter. I don't do well with visual clutter. My mom's always saying, you should hang a shelf here and you should put bookshelves here. Nope, no thank you. I don't want the visual clutter. I don't want to have more stuff to dust. I just can't do it. I can't do it. That is something that really triggers my overstimulation. And so everything is being used. With that being said, how do I organize all the toys? So right now, my kids love monster trucks, they love Hot Wheels cars, they love lots of little tiny things. And so the best thing for us is to store all of those in bins. Everything has a bin or a basket, so that at the end of the day, everything just goes back into the basket. I don't have to think much. There's not a whole lot of brain space being used. We grab the basket, the boys put their cars back in the basket goes in the cubby. Simple as that. Everything has a bin. Most things have a lid. They go back in the closet, and everything is cleaned at the end of the day, and we can start over the next day. Before the kids take another toy out, they have to clean up the toy that they've played with. We have a lot of systems and routines in our house because we do have 4 kids, and the mess can get messy quick. So I try to make sure that I stay on top of toys and the chaos and the clutter, and if they're not using it, it's gotta go. I'm also very intentional on what comes into our home. I try really hard at Christmas time and birthdays to give very specific lists to grandparents. They don't always listen, but you know, I try because I just can't with the clutter and the craziness. Yeah, I try and keep things in bins. I try to be intentional, and I try to make sure that we are keeping things that they're really enjoying. When did you know David was the one, and or would you adopt again? I knew David was the one on our first date that wasn't even a date. It was like a hangout. We went to the movies, and I don't want to say that I had super strict parents, because I really don't think that they were that strict, but I had a midnight curfew, which I really didn't think was that bad. I mean, I was 17, so midnight seemed pretty good to me. But a few of my friends didn't have a curfew at all. And I don't want to say that I was fearful of my parents, but I feel like I was pretty respectful of the rules. Now, if my mom watches this, she's gonna say, no, I had to take your phone away how many times? But on the rules that really mattered, like being on my phone past my minutes, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal. Spending $80 on text messages wasn't that big of a deal. But we went to the movies as a group of friends, and we were supposed to go at a certain time, which would have us back home before my curfew. But the guys took forever. They went somewhere first to like eat dinner at someone's house. I don't know. So by the time they picked us up, we missed the movie that we were supposed to see. So we go to the theater and we're looking at all the movies and the movie times of what time we arrived and what we can see. And everyone wanted to watch a specific movie, and it wouldn't it wouldn't have worked out with my curfew. So we ended up seeing The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which was like the dumbest movie ever. And one of my friends was throwing a huge fit, like, I don't want to see that movie, that's a dumb movie, why do you have a 12 o'clock curfew? You should be able to go home whenever you want, I don't have a curfew. And I remember David saying to me, don't worry, like, it doesn't matter what they say. If you need to be home by a certain time, I will leave everyone here, because David was driving. I will leave everyone here to watch the movie, and I will drive you home, and I'll come back and get them. And just the fact that he cared that much to make sure that my anxiety was okay and that we were being respectful of my parents' rules was like, whoa, whoa. I also remember during the movie, my phone dropped to the floor and he jumped up and went to find it. And that's just the kind of guy he is. Honestly, he treats everyone that way, but it just, the previous relationship that I was in was not like that. I was in a very toxic, verbally abusive relationship. And so having that was like, oh my gosh, I think I love you. I think I love you. And then it was just like everything after that. He just checked all the boxes and he just pursued me and loved me, and it just, it was good. It was good. So I knew pretty quickly. I remember sitting down with one of my friends before we even started dating saying, like, I don't know if I want to date him because I know that I'm gonna marry him and I don't know if I'm ready to get married. And so I said yes to being his girlfriend like the third time he asked, and 6 months later we were engaged. So that's how that was. Would we adopt again? I definitely wouldn't say no. I don't think that we're like on the like let's foster and adopt train right now, but never say never. You just never know what's gonna happen. I do have a lot of love for the foster care community and the adoption process, and I feel like I would love to get back involved in it in some capacity, but I don't know when that will be. Maybe when my kids are older and I can be like a guardian ad litem or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm open to all options. And then last question, really quick, what are your travel plans for this year? So right now, things that we have planned, we are going to Orlando again this summer. We went 2 years ago and we rented a big house with David's side of the family, and we all stayed in the house, and there was a pool, and the community had a huge pool with water slides and little putt-putt golfing, and it was close to Disney. We didn't go to Disney, but it was close to Disney. I got to take all my girls to my favorite hot spots, and it was honestly one of the best vacations that we've had as a family. So we're going back there. We didn't go on a vacation last summer because I had Gavin. So we're really looking forward to that. What else do we have planned? I think that's the only thing that's like set in stone. Of course, we'll go to River Ranch. That's always on the calendar. We are taking our nephew to Disney. We have taken our nieces when they turned 13 to Disney, like as a solo trip to spend one-on-one time with them. And so this year is Connor's turn, so we'll get to do that. We want to go to Tennessee in the fall. My cousin is having a baby and I'm just so excited. So I can't wait to go up and meet her sweet little baby and just be in the mountains. I love the mountains. I used to go way more often when I could just get on a plane and fly, but I'm really looking forward to getting to the mountains at some point this year. And that's really the only thing that we kind of have in mind. We are already starting to talk about 2026 and what we'll be doing that year, because we won't have a little tiny baby. We'll have a 1-year-old who's a little bit easier to tote around. Gavin's great, honestly. He's the easiest baby we've had. So, but yeah, those are our plans as of now. Nothing major, kind of taking it slow. We really want to focus our attention on our house this year and closing in our garage and trying to make the decision if we're gonna move, if we're gonna stay, what we're gonna do. So that is our main focus for the year, and next year we'll do a little bit more traveling. So that is it for this Q&A. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing my answers, getting to know me maybe a little bit better. Someone just pulled up and it's shining bright in my face. So perfect timing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section below what kind of videos you'd like to see from me, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!